Okay, hey guys, and welcome back to Starship Titanic. Now, last time I said I wanted to concentrate on figuring out what the hell happened on board, and that's what we're going to do. So, there is a room upstairs called the Creator's Room, and that'll tell us a little bit about who built the Starship Titanic, and hell, hopefully we can figure something out from there. So, we will go there right now. I'm not quite sure where it is, but I'm pretty sure it's up here. On top of the well. Not the parrot room.
Bye, Martin! Don't forget to write!
And this is the reception? Yeah, it is. Don't worry about that. It's gotta be on the other side. Right. Well, I believe this is the creator's room. Ah. You know what? Maybe that's... hang on. Every time they bark, every time I set up, they can be quiet for the whole day, and it's the second I sit down here, they start barking. No, we're not permitted to enter there as a first-class passenger. What about this door? Yeah. We were warned. Too sure. Alright, well, let's try that now. Just because... I thought I flipped all the switches on, all those fuses on, and I guess I didn't. Because that room should have power. Sections of this game that have no sound always freak me out a little bit. Okay, what happens now? Okay. Oh look, this. Something. Other. Okay, guys. So, I went back again, got their names and the passwords, and I've gotten to this login screen. Alright. Now, it's not explained very well, but the logins are the names of the creators on the busts, and then the this, that, and the other are the passwords. So, yeah. I don't know what this is going to show us. I just found out that they were usernames and passwords. Now, also, I had no idea which password goes with what because the second time I destroyed them. Excuse me. The second time I went back and destroyed the busts, I didn't actually take note of where each bust was, so we're just going to have to do some trial and error. So I've written them down here in my notes. So, guess we'll try Scraliontis. Scraliontis. Password. This. That worked. That is so hard to read with that blue. Oh my god. Okay, hello Droot. I've evaluated your recent missives. Contents breakdown is as follows. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, breakdown is as follows. Good news 49%, bad news 48%, indifferent news 4%. Petty mailings and family missives 5%, special offers from the Reluctant Sand Society 1%. Note there's a rather pretty June on hire on page 4. In general terms, you thrive. You continue to prosper. Your shares are secure and your hair, as always, looks good. Carpet 14 needs cleaning. I'm pleased to report that there have been no further comments about foot odor. Recommend urgently that you sell all fish paste shares as market's jittery. As your great scheme nears completion, I have taken the liberty of replying to all non-urgent missives and enlist below only communications with manager. Oh god, I'm so sorry. So sorry about the yawning. It's been a long day. Where was I? Right. Manager Brobo Stygian and his pain in the ass loftiness Leovinus. Beware, Leovinus grows suspicious. Don't take your eye off Brobo Stygian. Brobo Stygian? Don't take your eye off Brobo Stygian. Weather for launch tomorrow is bright and sunny. Hazy clouds will be turned on at 11. I suggest the red suit with the streamers. All money transfers will be completed through alias accounts by Moonsup. Eat well, your fish levels are down and you may suffer indecision flutters mid-morning. Here are your missives. Missive 1 of 15. From Leovinus to Antar Brobostygian Trute. Scraliontis, rather. What's going on, Brobostygian? My missives are all over the place. All routings through to Titania accumulating inexcusable delays. I'm copying this to Scraliontis. Yes, Droot. I want a costing of this as I'm fully intent to make a claim. Leovinus. Next. From Anton to Droot's Grandlinus. What does it matter who's to blame? No one's going to be reading their missives where this ship's going. And anyway, I only said that to give him the impression we're still loggerheads. And we are, aren't we? Antar. From Brobo to Scrally. I'm just going to say it like that from now on. He's onto us. What have you told him, Antar? He's going on about parrots. Has he been on board? As far as I can tell, he's falling for the virtual reports. Perhaps he has a spy, Antar. Are you sure it's going to work? Sorry. Droot, I think Antar's finally cracked. I asked him a perfectly sensible question about parrot droppings and he's come back to me with a riddle. One of the sub-engineers, Florin I believe, talented youngster, wears a rather fetching nasal flower, mentioned the mess to me by the other day when I bumped into him by chance at the Great Mall. What mess? I said to him. The mess on board the Titanic, he said. Parrots everywhere. Rooms unfinished. Substandard materials. What do you make of it? Leovinus. Interesting. We have no choice. We'll just have to hope we get there before him. Can you meet me in an hour? Okay, this is from Antar as well. Antar looks like the one we're doing. So it looks like Skrully or Droot. Looks like Droot is like the ringleader kind of thing for sabotaging the ship, and Antar is sort of doing all the dirty work, and then Leovinus was not so much getting suspicious, but he was sort of in the wrong place, wrong time kind of thing, and looks like Antar thought he was getting suspicious. Anyway, I'll dismantle Titania as well. That'll hurt the old bastard. He's like a warb on heat these days. If you even mention her. Shouldn't have lived in a virtual world so long, or he would have seen what was going on. Antar. From Antar to Droot. Oh yes, shame we won't be able to stay on board. Should be fun. Lofty's paradise populated by lunatics. Shit. Lofty must have been the head designer of the Titanic then. All the bots will be completely crazy. That'll stop anyone who has it in... Who has... What? That will stop... It's so hard to read with the blue colour. That'll stop anyone who has it in their heads to stay on board and dismantle the you-know-what. By the by, did you catch the latest SMEF research? Wait, from Antar. This is from Leovinus to Droot. No, it's utter bollockgosh. I get enough nonsense mail as it is. I'm tiring of you, Skrully, and I am also getting leg twitches. Do you know what that means? It means that somebody, somewhere, is trying to pull the snork hair over my eyes. I do hope it isn't you. Is it you, Droot? Or is it that dullard I employ to look after the paperwork, Leonis? There you go. I've no trouble spending it ever since it became clear that Leonis was going crackers. I've been looking for a way to salvage my reputation. This way I get rich at the same time. I must say you've been a most unexpected accomplice. I always had you placed as Mr. Clean Whistle. Someone you gotta watch out for. And how wrong I was. You're actually very nasty at heart, Skrully. I'm glad I never got on the wrong side of you. And by the by, you're welcome to take Titania apart. Will break his precious cyber intelligence into little pieces, scatter them to the winds. No, I'm getting carried away. We'll have to hide them on the ship. They'll be picked up by jetty alarm systems if we remove them. Okay. What about the parrot? I've grown rather fond of it over the last month or two. Shall I remove it before the launch? By the by, if you do help me with the brain parts, watch out for the metamor. There's a security chip in each part, my own design to be honest, but but one which Fancy Pants no doubt claims is his own, which enacts 3D security conversion on removal from the central host. Is that why the ear was shaped like the gramophone piece? Are you crazy? This is Antar to Droot. Are you crazy? By the time this ship blows, she'll be in another dimension and she'll have taken the missive system with her. Good luck, Skrully. I'll see you on board tonight, Antar. So who's the body in the restaurant? Who was the body in the succubus tube then, I wonder? Alright, let's try another login. Let's try Brobo, hey? Antar. Brobo. Stygian. Let's try other. No. That. There we go. Antar, this is your missive map. Not that you need reminding, but today is the glorious dawning of the new age in luxury space travel. Generally, my assessment of your position this morning is that you are well, albeit not as rich as you would like to be. I hope your interesting collaboration with Mr. Skrully will soon bear fruit. I trust that your influence has eased during the night. Oh, it wasn't influence, it's flatulence. Has eased during the night. Such a distressing condition for a man in your position. Most of your missives are routine construction matters, which I have dealt with and deleted. All missives from Mr. Skrully and his Loftiness Leovinus are here. Okay, from Leovinus. What's going on, Brobo? My missives are all over the place, that's one we saw. This is from Drew, so just for the record, you wanted the cheap missive system. I merely voted that way to reassure the genius who's always tiresomely right. But of course, just had a visit from the, I guess, delegation who told me that the Titanic is in a worse state than they fitted her out. This is of course nonsense, but I sense litigation's on its way. What are they up to, do you think? What do you know about parrot dropping? So that's the one. What do you mean? Court sub-engineer. His loftiness has not been on board the Titanic since the unfortunate slipping accident. I've recorded 29,878 telepresence visits, and he remains online in all staterooms. Okay, just what the hell do you mean by that? This is from Drew. What the hell do you mean by that? I'm with you, remember, unless we go through this, we'll both finish. By the way, you'll be pleased to know I picked up the object which we are not allowed to mention, but will go off with a very big bang last night, the bomb. John Cleese. And how am I supposed to ascertain that? Set it off. No wonder the ship's not ready. If that's example the project manager's thinking. Yeah, you're right, he's had contact with engineer Flawn. I've had the youngster arrested on grounds of larceny and impersonation, so who knows what he really knows. Do we go ahead or abandon the whole thing? Yes, I'll bring the extremely loud, dangerous thing. By Drew, yes. Catch it, I paid for it. Or rather, we did through your work food processing plant overseas. Miscellaneous educational funding account. I thought it read rather nicely. This is hurting my eyes, this font. Thought it read rather nicely. I think I might tell the miserable one. I rather like the irony of his commenting upon the phenomenon by which will destroy his beloved Titanic. By the by, at last count, I had 103 insurance policies running, most of them off Galaxy accounts. When the ship that cannot possibly go wrong goes wrong, you and I will stand to gain to the tune of 140 billion horrents. That's a lot of horrents. Even split two ways, that's rather satisfying as a sum. And are you sure you can handle that much wealth? True. Right, that does it. I'm just going to destroy that ship. I'm going to enjoy doing it. I don't care what he does know and what we're doing. In fact, I want him to know. Wow, he's getting really over the top there. I'm sure we can do better than that. I like to think we could show him what we did at least. Have a sense of humour whilst we did it. Cyber intelligence costs more than the whole ship put together. I shall greatly enjoy sticking the bits in the unlikeliest places as possible. And woe betide any of these bots that get in my way. You're right. I can be rather nasty when circumstances demand. Jeez. Height of your leg twitches. I mean, yep, we saw that. No, the parrot's gonna have to bite the bullet, I'm afraid. It's been a good warning system, I'll grant it that. If Leovinus had ever got off his virtual backside and actually visited the ship, that parrot would have bought us some precious time. We'll keep the parrot on board till it launches, just in case he gets into it, his sentimental head, and makes an inspection. I have nothing else to say. I shall see you tonight. Why do I need to destroy this missive record? And that's what that other one was about. Alright, last one will be the other password. And that would be Leovinus. God, 1827 missives. I've deleted 453 things that people don't know. People you don't know thought it would be terribly witty to forward to you. 63 containing double or triple exclamation marks. Deleted 846 from a mailing list you once thought might be quite interesting and now can't figure out how to cancel. 962 chain missives. 1034 instructions on how to become a millionaire using butter. 3 Yasakan death threats, slightly down on last week, which is pleasing news. And a missive from your mother, which I have answered reassuringly. I've selected the following missives for your particular attention. You will need to run a fib finder to see why something is up, and I suspect those two slippery urchins, Robostygian and Scroliontus, are behind it. I'm appalled that you suffer public embarrassment because I fell on my own. However, I must say, in the case of this missing, the entire Yaska construction, whose installation on the cheap, I have to say, was at the bidding of your own Scroliontus against my advice. Okay. By the way, I thought you were absolutely stunning today's press conference, skillfully rebuffing those ridiculous rumors which have begun to shadow the project. As if we could be launching by tomorrow with a ship only half finished. Anton, yeah, right, okay. Wise one, you're doubly wise to mistrust, yeah. Oh, tremendous brilliance, oh my god. Alright, so it's an insurance scam. So we've got Leovis, who is the, pretty much, I'm guessing, the brainchild of this whole ship. He designed it, he had it built, he got Titania in here. Then there was the other two guys, Robostygian and Scaliventus. They've sabotaged the ship, hurtling it through space towards its destruction, and that's where we are now. Okay. Wow. Oh well, at least we know what's sort of going on, and I guess it's cool to know that they've set up the parts to basically cloak. So, like I said before, the gramophone horn that was disguised as the ear. Oh well, the ear that was disguised as a gramophone horn, rather. There is one thing I want to do before we go, because there is a piece I know of. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Now, I'm gonna shut our freaking parrot buddy up once and for all.
Hello, hello, hello! You still wandering about? Have you got a home to go to? Have you got a chicken? Oh, oi! Unhand me, you person! Stop it! I shall screech! I shall screech! Screech! Oh, screech! Don't say I didn't warn you! I'll pick you! Screech! 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 Ah! You can't keep a good parrot down!
You mother?
And especially, you can't keep a bad parrot down!
Where'd he go? Hey!
What I wouldn't do to a boy! Unhand me, you person!
Yeah.
Stop it! I shall screech! I shall screech! Screech! Oh, screech!
You
Don't say I warned you! I'll pick
There's
you!
nothing to say.
Screech! 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 Screech!
Okay, here we go. Okay, it's there.
Bye, parrot. Now, I hope that went to the right place, because what we're doing now, do you remember the bowl of pistachios in our room? Yeah, it turns out we have to send the parrot there. So that's where we're going to head to now. Elevator 2, room 2. Elevator 2, room 2. This is elevator 1. Yes. Elevator 2. Yes. Elevator 2. Floor 20. Call that elevator.
Morning, sir. I was just thinking about the first time you come into my lift. Nobby, I thought at the time. Here's hello, sir. I was just wondering if you was going to step in here, and here you are. Which just goes to show. Floor 20. Right away, sir. Here is your floor, sir.
Thank you very much.
Most obliging.
Okay. This my room? Okay, so we'll take this.
Not fast enough! Oh! Gangway! Parent on important data integration.
There you go, buddy. Eat up. I suppose that was obvious. What is this? Another ear. Perfect. So the bowl was shaped like the ear. Alright, let's just go back now. Cool.
Hello, sir. Nice day for vertical transportation, although between ourselves are rather top of the well.
Well, at least we got another part.
Top of the well, sir. From here you can walk to your requested destination.
Thank you very much. So, got a little bit of backstory, little bit of an understanding of what's happened here, but I still feel like we're not getting anything done. But, I mean, we do have an ear, so that's fine. I'll take that ear. Take it in my bloody stride, I will. Alrighty. Go. Second ear. The second. There we go. Alright, we're getting there. It seems like I end the episode every time right here. And that's what we're going to do tonight as well. So thanks for joining me. Again, I feel like we don't get anything done every time we play it. At least we got a little bit of backstory, and I think next time we'll try and help out the bar bot. We'll do our best to help out the bar bot, get him out of that loop. So, see you then. Take it easy.